My name's Tony. This is Hannah. Jackson is our oldest. Obviously, he's 12. Lincoln.
He's 7.
Yeah, he's 7.
So we were talking about it last night, and I was remembering that back even before I got pregnant with Jackson, and he was born in 2009, someone said the name Selah, and I just felt like something inside of me was like, yes. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but God gave us this name, so many years ago, and then we didn't have a girl, and we weren't at all disappointed about that. We spent those next years just kind of, just living life with the boys and enjoying it. So we were living on the East Coast, and we were feeling like, okay, it's probably time. We had adoption on our hearts for years, and just we prayed about it, and we just thought, okay, maybe we should take our first steps toward adoption. When we found out we were moving to Wisconsin, we went on a house hunting trip, and we called the adoption agency and asked them, what would be our first steps? And they said, you need to go to an information meeting, and we are actually having that tonight. So we went, and that's when we met Alyssa and saw Bridge Church. And so we started the process right then and there. That part did feel like a long wait. We were on the waiting list for a while. We were not chosen by any birth moms. The birth mom can choose different families to meet, and we weren't chosen by anyone.
Through this whole process, my family, Hannah's family, our extended family, everyone's invested in this thing. And every time we had the conversation, we called her by name. We talked about Selah. So late 2019, my dad sent a text.
He said, I have a word from God for you. Your New Year's baby Selah is coming. January 2020, our church was doing a fast, a 21-day fast. And we were all excited about it, and just wanting to really go deeper with God and pray about some things. I think it was the last day of the fast. My mom said that God spoke to her at the table while she was drinking her tea out of nowhere and said, today's the day that they're going to get a call saying that a birth mom wants to meet them. So I was at the library, and I got a phone call and found out that a birth mom had chosen us that day and wanted to meet us.
I received a text message from Hannah saying, check your email. And so I did, and there was a profile in there, and I read kind of halfway through. I was at work. I read halfway through it and just kind of saw that the pregnancy, there had been some challenges. But
the reason I told him, you got to finish the email right now, is because at the bottom of the email it says, the birth mom would like the baby's name to be Selah.
Yeah. So we went in, we met the birth mom, and kind of hit it off right away. And then we got to the point when the social worker said, hey, she kind of led the story with, hey, what were you guys talking about the name?
So the social worker said to the birth mom, did you want to talk to the family about the name that you were hoping for? She kind of timidly said to us, so I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I was kind of hoping that the baby's name could be Selah. And we just had these big smiles on our faces, and we were like, well, we have something to tell you too. And so we were able to tell her the story about how, for all these years we've prayed about the name Selah and for a baby girl. And I showed her the text from Tony's dad so that she didn't think I was making it up. And she's like, I have goosebumps all over. And she said, I thought this was going to be the hardest day of my life, but it ended up being just the best, and I feel so much peace instead. And
then the following night, we got a phone call from the social worker saying, hey, Rebecca wants to talk to both of you. And she called us and said, hey, I want you to raise the baby. Actually, this is an interesting part of the story. We brought her home beginning of February, but because of COVID, what should have happened in May, the adoption day, didn't happen until August 28th. I woke up August 28th, just kind of taking it all in, like this was going to be the day that it was going to be finalized. So I'm driving to go get coffee. On my way back, the scripture of the day pops up. It is Romans 8:28, which says that he works all things together for good for those that love him. So it's August 28th. The scripture of the day is 8:28, Romans 8:28. And there's actually, Pastor Tyler gave us a plaque for her room that day that says Selah, Truth Hayner, and it says 8:28. So yeah, timing, it never feels right. It never, a lot of times, I think for me especially, I'm impatient, but in this case specifically, it's so hard. It's impossible to look back and see all the things we went through to get here and not see the hand of God in it, even when we look at points of failure.
So there's a verse in the Bible that talks about how we can have perfect peace when we put our trust in God. And there were definitely moments when we found that to be absolutely true because, things just felt really unsure and scary. And just being able to stop and again, just say, God, we trust you. And just to know that even if the circumstances didn't change, that his perfect peace that's unexplainable can just come over us and just lead us on to the next step.